Welcome everyone, we are back to day number 23 of the speed run. We are just above 1,000. We're getting it going. We're playing Abdul Khalik Mustafa at 4 knight f3, the classic bird. Okay, yeah, this is not a healthy setup here. Definitely not a healthy setup because, yeah, with his knight and pawn like this, his bishop has no way out. A6, I'll happily make the trade. He has like 7 pawns on the light squares. That's not going to be a good deal for his light squared bishop. Let's play b3 and exert pressure on this diagonal. This is already extremely uncomfortable. What is he doing with rook b8? He's trying to put a rook on an open file. This is going to take way too long though. c5. c5 is interesting. He's trying to open up his bishop. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. We got to open up our pieces. I'm way ahead in development here at the moment. I've castled, I have a bishop on b2, knight on f3. Have to go for the attack now. The idea is just to play knight e5 here and steamroll him. We're going to play rook takes f5 if possible. If g6, then there's going to be weaknesses here. If g6, okay, d4. d4 is an interesting move. Let me take with the rook. Just breaking through here. d4, that is considered a huge positional concession. My knight is going to be able to drill in on the c4 square now. I do need to watch out though. His bishop is very, very good here at the moment. He is enormously behind in development, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. But y'all know what I mean. Okay, throwing a check. You can't play f6. You got to be very careful about playing f6 in the opening. You play f6 in the opening, things could start to go pretty badly. Gonna take. Oh, he could take and hit my rook. Yikes. If he takes and hits my rook, I take. Okay, I am still winning actually. Takes. I would have to be winning there. I'm wondering if queen g6 is any better. No, I think it's better to take here. Let's take a lot of these pieces back. This is a wild position, honestly. He has to be worse here. I'm up a pawn and his king is uncastled, but nonetheless, his bishop is a real monster on the board. His king is stuck in the center, though. That's going to be a big problem. If his rook were on a8, it would be a bit different because he could then maybe think about castling queenside eventually, but as it stands, his king is just going to be in no man's land for a very long time. All right, queen e7. Let me throw in a check. Let's start picking up some pawns here. Queen f7, I can take on f5. I should think about picking up this pawn at some point as well. Yeah, that was his trick, that sneaky guy. He wanted me to take and then he was going to go for the mate. What a rascal. If I take here, he plays bishop e4 and he gets some type of play going. I think it would be better just to play knight a3 here and drill the knight into c4. If he takes, I take. Or no, sorry, if he takes, I can take on f6. Yeah, all right, he's done for. I would also be winning if I had just taken the pawn because then my rook is coming out, my knight is coming out. That would have to be winning against his exposed king. At the end of the day, he has a good queen and bishop, but that's it compared to my completely coordinated army. But yeah, suffice it to say, this is a much simpler win. Much, much, much simpler. And it's time to go. We got to get up there. 1,000? Yeah, the speed run is going to take forever. It's day 23 and we're only at 1,000. E2. E2 is a crafty move. I'm just going to play rook e1. I'm just going to take this pawn. The queen isn't going anywhere. King d7, then I'll take. Nothing to worry about here. Okay, we'll take with the check. Take with the check. He is completely stuck here. Okay, I'll take again. Bishop d6, knight c4. King b5, queen d7. Actually, let's play a4. King is about to get really stuck. Okay, where is the mate here? This is almost mate, but the problem is then the king can run. The king can run. So where exactly is the mate in this position? If I could just cover this square effectively, there would be a mate. I'll just start pushing the pawns. I don't see an immediate mate. If he moves this rook at all, then I can check and pick up the bishop. Well, now I do have mate, believe it or not, because his king goes back and now his rook is not covering that square. That's wild. All right. So there we go. So 10-15. 10-15, we're getting up there. It's time to go. Push f4, get the knight to f3, e3. Everyone is playing this. I'm not even sure if bishop b5 should be played here. There's no need to do it because he's already locked his bishop out. Let's just play b3. The idea is his bishop can only go to this d7 square, so it probably doesn't make sense to put your bishop on b5 just yet here. If he chooses to try to do something else with the bishop, then maybe go for it. But it looks like that by all accounts, the bishop is aiming for d7, so we don't need to put our bishop out on b5 then. Here, let's play knight c3. I want to play queen e2, castle queenside. Start seizing space on the king side. Yeah, once this recording is over, I'm going to go get the sparkling water that I have waiting in the fridge. Take some massive gulps of it. I'm thirsty. Play knight b5, chase the bishop down. He has a little pressure here with the e-pawn, but now he has a really uncomfortable decision. If he saves the bishop, I snatch the pawn. Otherwise, I'm taking the bishop, though. He takes. I'm going to take. Looks like he's won a pawn. Yikes. Yeah, he won a pawn. I messed this up. Let me think. If I go back here, what did I do wrong here? I'm going to have to double check what happened, because this f6 move is not supposed to be that good. Okay, he castles. He's not... I'll defend the pawn while I can. I gotta get my king out of the center, though. Definitely cannot allow this rook to do much damage. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just take the pawn here. This would have been... I would have had decent compensation, honestly. My two bishops are very good here. This bishop is fine. But, yeah, it would have been interesting. It would have been a real slug... What is it? A real slugfest. Let's play h3, push the bishop away. Bishop h5, I have g4. Has to take, I take back. I have two bishops against two knights. Very nice position here at the moment. Let's play queen f2, just to hit the knight. Queen c5. I'm losing, guys. I just made a blunder. I was just playing too quickly. I was playing much too quickly. I'm dead lost. Queen c5 threatens queen c2, and it also threatens knight b3. I'm completely lost. I'm hoping on a prayer that he does not see it. Okay, wow. That would have been crazy. Queen c5, yeah, I can't stop both queen c2 and knight b3. Knight b3 would hit my queen. Completely wild. That's actually, yeah, that's a lesson for me. I need to be a bit more patient. I gotta slow things down. I was just trying to speed up the speed run, but it's not good to speed up the speed run if you're taking too many risks. I want to put my bishop on d3, but the problem is he's going to put a knight on b4. So I need to just secure more squares for the bishop. I'm going to push this pawn forward. Okay, that's very bad, because now my bishop just has more safe squares. I have this safe square, and also now that his pawn can never cover that square, he can never support a pawn going down here. And that effectively means that this square is also very safe. So what should I do now? I'm just going to keep pushing my pawn for the moment. I'm going to install my bishop on c4 very shortly. All right, well now, can I put the bishop on d3? Let's put the bishop on c4. f5 is going to be a very rude awakening. Now that I've gotten him to choose the structure, I have a very simple plan of just grooving my queen and my bishop into the weaknesses. That's a huge mistake. I could take here with en passant and that would be winning. Much simpler though is just f5. This knight is pinned. He is in enormous danger now. I'm at least winning a piece. Yeah, that position, if I had blundered my queen, that would have been wild. I think I would have still been able to hold on and win, but I would have had to give up my queen for like my full queen for just like a bishop or something. It would not have been fun. Taken this way. And taken this way. He takes with a check. That doesn't really do anything though. And he plays knight b4. I take on f6. He is really gasping for air here. Once I take on f6, there are just so many threats. e7 is the big one. e7 is a check. There should be some type of mate there. Another threat is bishop d4. He has no way to get his queen around to the square even. Queen a6 to go to a2 is covered by my bishop. Just too much. He's got too many problems on his hands. Knight d5, that is a cheeky move. I'll just take on d4 this way though. I'm threatening two different mates. It's time to go. It's really time to go. You better get going.
FTV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!
All right, we got the mate. Perfect. 10-23. We're continuing it up. We're continuing to go up and continue up the ladder. e4, c5. Bishop c4, we see this all the time. Knight f6, attack the pawn. It's really time to go. Knight c3, I could take on e4. I really like the idea of taking on e4. Takes, d5. Oh, but look, he has check. I wouldn't be getting my piece back. To that end, then we should play e6 to throw the pawn to d5.
Well, we're waiting.
I gotta go. I got places to be and people to see. And by that, I mean I have to really go to sleep. I'm really tired. Yeah, it appears that my left eye is a bit bloodshot. I'm sorry about that. I was fighting off some zombies outside in Brazil, and I sustained a wound. All right, let's play d5. Just push the pawn forward. Start to hem these pieces in. Bishop e5, let's play knight c6. Check, bishop e7, no problems here. I'm going to castle soon. Knight d4 is going to be a very nice idea to hit the queen on the bishop as soon as I get castled and get out of this pin here. Yeah, this is a wonderful position. Yeah, for those, I guess, yeah, this is going to be released either on the day that my bird course is out or right after. So feel free to check out my bird course. As of the publication of this video, this is going to be, the bird course is going to be on sale. And that's nice. I'm very anxious to see how the bird course sells. I've been waiting for 8 months to see how it sells. Okay, takes. He's given me the symbolically ugly structure here, but the difference here is my bishop is very strong. It is going to shine bright like a diamond down this diagonal. Well, actually, wait, it might not. He might play d3. Okay, well, now it will because he played d4. That's a big mistake. My bishop is now going to shine bright like a diamond. He should have kept it back on d3 so that my bishop does not shine bright like a diamond. It's all about shining bright like a diamond. All right, bishop a6, perfect. Very uncomfortable position now. Queen d2, I'm going to play knight e4. Notice this king is still in the center here. I'm just trying to open the game as quickly as possible now. If I can figure out a way to get my rook out of the way or some heavy piece onto the e-file, preferably with a check, he's going to be in dire straits here. Let's play h6. Ask the bishop some important questions. And that's a huge mistake. He should have moved the bishop back. Now after takes, he's going to have to deal with the check. If he has to deal with the check, he's definitely losing. No ifs, ands, or buts. He is losing. And it's time to go.
Wake up and smell coffee!
I gotta go. We gotta get things moving here. I am very tired. I gotta head on off to snooze land to catch some Z's. Let's take here, undermine the knight. Knight is pinned. Knight is hanging. Yeah, against this, he should have moved his king out of the way. Knight e5 just dug himself into an even bigger hole. Now he has several problems. Not only am I going to win a knight, probably his king is not going to be able to make it out anyway. This is just a disaster. If he castles, I take on e5, I'm hitting the queen, and I'm going to take this knight. Yeah, I really think I popped a blood vessel on doing this bench press. Doing the 80 kilos of bench press. I'm never gonna stop saying it. I'm so proud of it. Back in the day, I was not able to do anywhere close to 80 kilos. Yeah, back in the day, it would be very hard for me to even break 100 pounds. 100 pounds is like, what, 45 kilos? Bishop g5. Picking up everything. Picking up the whole house here. I could have just taken another knight, but why take the knight when you can take the queen with a check? I'm expecting a resignation here. This is looking very, very bad. Let's throw a check in. Play, how do I get my queen around to this square? That's the important thing. Just get my queen over here. I'm gonna hang, okay. I was gonna hang my rook there, but I guess that's not even how it's gonna go. Nice, we got 8 points, 10:31. It's time to go. F4, let's keep it moving. F4, we got the bird, playing gain more knowledge. We've been seeing a lot of Sicilians lately. All right, C5, D5. Queen B6, that should not be good. This pawn looks very weak. Can I play knight C3 here? I'm not sure how bad actually Queen B6 is. Let's just play B3 and Bishop B2. I'm waiting him out. I want to see what he's up to. That should not be good. You cannot put your bishop on a square like that. You either have to put your bishop farther out or keep your bishop in, but one way or another, you need to allow for E6. Yeah, he's going to pay the piper for that. That is not the way to go about it. Let's play F5 here. If bishop takes, I crash through on D5. Bishop F7, well, we're going to play E4. This is a disaster now. I talked about this in a different game. If I'm able to gain full control over this E6 square, I would have to trade the bishops. So I'm going to play bishop C4 next. Or actually, wait, no, sorry. That would blunder. He would get this. So I can't do it just yet. But I want to do it soon. So how am I going to do it? Yeah, how can I play bishop C4? If only I could play bishop C4. Maybe I don't have to. Could I take on G5? Takes, knight takes? Oh, I could. What am I talking about? The mango is hanging. The mango's hanging. I had originally been thinking about this just with the idea of taking and then having a lot of pressure here. And, you know, if he plays knight F6, I could take and play bishop C4 check. I'm sure that would be fine for white. But the issue after knight takes would be that he plays knight D4 and all of a sudden his pieces are getting active. I could take on F7, but after king takes, queen H5, king G7, I'm not sure really where I'm going. But now I know where I'm going. I'm going to checkmate town. Let's play bishop C4. I like bishop C4 for a lot of reasons. First of all, for the aforementioned reason, we're drilling in on the E6 weakness. A bigger thing, though, is that now this queen is going to be locked out of any important diagonal. He's not going to be able to push C4 to ever harass my king when it's castled to G1. All right, let me just castle here. I'm probably going to chop on D4 at some point, but there's no need to execute it just yet. I want to throw my queen to H5. I should have actually done that a move sooner. I don't know why I didn't. Yeah, he could castle here. That was definitely a little bit inaccurate to have allowed that. I'll play rook b1 shortly. It's time to go. We got to get going. What are you doing? We got to go. Gain more knowledge. We got to run. I had a very long day. I had a very successful day. Did a lot of different things. Recorded a video, edited a video, worked on my course for like 6 hours. Went to the gym. Did a bunch of things. Okay, that should not be good. Let's throw in a check here. Start by throwing the check in. King D7. I like the idea of playing F6. F6 creates a really uncomfortable situation. The queen is probably going to drop the bishop now. If he takes with a knight, for instance, I take and then I can pick up the bishop. Otherwise, I'm threatening just to push my pawn to its destiny, to the ultimate endgame. Takes. Okay, but yeah, we talked about this. I could take with the knight. Taking with the bishop is even better, honestly. Takes. You know, takes, I could definitely take the bishop. That would be good. But taking with the rook is probably best. I think I'm just threatening mate there. No, if I take with the rook, he goes queen b2. He has some counter threats. So let's just take the bishop. Just keep it simple. He has nothing here. He can take a pawn and threaten a rook. He can also make a check. I just run. No issues whatsoever. All right, let's just throw the check in. He goes king c8. Oh, this is just a disaster for him. He's just down a full rook. There's nothing to do. He's going there? Well, I could take the rook. This looks even better, though. Gain more knowledge is going down. It's really time to go. All right, let's get one more game. 10:39, we're getting up there. 10:39, let's get it going. e4, c5, we got a Sicilian. We gonna get an open Sicilian? Is this gonna be an open Sicilian? GM Raven waits. Oh, what is this? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. This looks like some Gotham chess gambit stuff. I should probably pay it more respect, but I'm not going to. I need to look up what to do here, actually, because this wing gambit is annoying, and I never remember what to do against it. I don't think he played it correctly. I think he's supposed to play a3. Here, he's not... I should not be afraid of this trade at all. If he trades that off, he's just giving my bishop the diamond diagonal. Let's transfer the knight to f5 and then put the bishop on e7. All right, c3, let's take. Knight f5. Bishop e7. Yeah, this does not look like a particularly good wing gambit for him. He did not trade off the right pawn. He's supposed to have a very good center now with these pawns here. Yeah, this is a tough position for him. It's really tough, and it is time to go. My wrist really hurts. I need to figure out a way to do load management in terms of lifting weights. I always try to do too many pull-ups or do too many bench presses. My wrists get very sore and they're honestly just in quite a lot of pain after a lot of workouts. All right, I'm just up 2 pawns here. I don't know what this was about. Maybe he didn't process that my knight was defending this. I'm exhausted. Gonna head on off to Sleep Town. h6, push the knight out. Knight goes back to f3. This is just a disaster for him. Knight goes back to f3, I'll play bishop d7, just gradually get my pieces out, queen e7, rook c8. He has no compensation whatsoever. I guess the last thing he could try is, because he's missing an e-pawn, he sort of has more access to this theater here, right? Because my pawn on e6 is there, it's blocking my bishop, it's blocking several of my pieces from getting out and over to the king side. So because I have this e6 pawn blocking my king side access, he should try to play bishop c2 and queen d3 to ultimately play for some type of checkmate. Unfortunately, though, he's playing a grandmaster, so I'll be aware of what's going on, and after knight f3, I'll play bishop d7, bishop c2. Bishop c2 immediately. That's courageous. That doesn't work, though. I can just take. He doesn't have enough time for queen d3. I just play f5. He had to do this without giving up a piece. All right, let's just play f5 here. He's doing that. I'm going to take. He has no compensation. His bishop is not able to see through the pawn. It's time to go. Keep it moving, pal. He's going to take on g5. I'm wondering if I should be afraid of that. Let me just play bishop d7, actually. Bishop g5. Okay, here I play bishop e8. I'm hitting his queen. He plays queen h4. I could play knight e2 check. I could also... Do I have anything else? Yeah, let's just... Or actually, wait, yeah, why don't I just play queen b6? He is completely stuck here at the moment. The bishop is so bad. I'm already threatening queen b2 to just win this rook here. Bishop has to probably come out to d3. He goes there. Well, then I play f4. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yikes. Yikes, guys. Things got a little bit feisty here. I'm very tired. I'm very tired, so I made a blunder. But luckily, what is going on here in this position? Amazingly enough, I'm still better. I'm still better. If he plays bishop g6, well, here I'm definitely winning because I play king f6. He doesn't have a check here. Queen h4, I'm just going to take a piece. Queen h4 is almost mate, but unfortunately for him, it blunders a really significant piece. If he takes, I'll just take back, and he's playing with one less attacking unit. Yeah, that was wild. That was a wild blunder. He should have played check. Then I would have a choice. I could go for this, which would be perpetual. I would have never taken the perpetual, though. I would have played king e7. He takes. I play rook f7. He gets the knight back. But then at the end of the day, I'm still up a pawn, and I have a fantastic pawn monolith. What is he doing? I could do several things here. Let me take this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what he's on about. Alright, he's got one queen. That's never going to be enough. Sorry to break the bad news to you, buddy, but one queen is not going to be enough to ever checkmate a king. Queen g4, we'll play e5. Secure a bunch of squares. I could just bully him into a queen trade with queen e6. He probably doesn't want to trade queens because he's down 2 pieces. Let's play rook h8. f4 is an idea. Bishop takes, rook takes, and he's getting a little material back, but it's just too little too late. He plays g3, I play queen h3. I'm going for mate. He doesn't even have a way to defend that. Look at that. I thought his queen could go somewhere. His queen could go to d2, actually, but here I just take. He's pinned. Rook h2 is again threatened. Queen, he goes there. Alright, nice. Alright, so we will end here. Thank you for watching to the end of day 23. Sorry for slurring my words near the end. It's just been a very long day for me. Thank you so much again. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for another daily video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.